I think the biggest story from this game are the overtime rules.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much you could do there with this overtime. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. There is a fix to it.
Well, I do think that giving both offenses opportunities would probably be a start. That's why I think that the bigger story, whenever it comes to officiating, comes from this game. Whenever I look at the two games, because, like I said multiple times in that last game, at least New Orleans got a shot on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
Kansas City didn't really get opportunities on both sides of the ball when it comes to overtime. I mean, the coin toss decided the game.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what happened.
Yeah. There's another game earlier in the season where that happened, and it affected me personally a great deal. When it was the second Eagles and Cowboys game, and the Cowboys won the toss in overtime. They went straight down the field and scored it, and I believe wholeheartedly if Carson Wentz got his hands on the ball again, the Eagles would have won that game.
Yeah, but
very well could have.
and that's certainly a big deal, but man, the postseason,
Mm-hmm.
the Super Bowl representative from the AFC was decided by a coin flip.
That's it.
Or do you really think that Pat Mahomes didn't have a pretty good shot of throwing a bomb down the field or, making some great throws and getting a touchdown if he were the one to get the ball first? I'm not saying he would have. I'm definitely not saying he would have. But man, he had a pretty good shot of it.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but there also is the point that defense is half the game. Defense is half the game. Especially in that spot, your defense has to go out and make plays to give you that shot. I mean, they had plenty of chances. What was it, 3 or 4 third and longs?
Mm-hmm.
Your defense has to step up and make a play there. There's no getting around that. That's where the game was decided.
You're definitely right whenever it comes to that, because the defense actually did not come up during that last drive. Like you said, lots of 3-and-outs. That's probably the death knell right there for Bob Sutton, not being able to come up with something with such talented pass rushers. And he does have some talent in the secondary. No, maybe not a plethora, but he has some people in the secondary. It's not a completely barren secondary. He just can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I do still believe that, not just half of the game should be represented in overtime, though.
Yeah, I understand. It's not a terrible idea to give both offenses a shot. But, I mean, then what do you do after that? What if both teams score? Do you
Make the second team go for a 2-point conversion to win it.
But then that's not fair. The other team had the short shot with the extra point.
Fuck it, make them both go for 2.
Well, I think that a quick fix for whenever it comes to postseason overtime would just be college rules.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, they got to do something. They can't let this happen again, in my opinion. I mean, they already did it in a Super Bowl, which that's one I think gets overshadowed by A, the collapse, and B, I don't think that the Falcons would have had any momentum.
No.
But you can never say. You can never say.
You never can, no.
Matt Ryan could have, felt the pressure in that moment and stepped up and won the game. But, I mean, it's just a very complicated problem. And I don't think, to me at least, there's no obvious solution.
No.
Maybe not. But something has to be done.
I agree that something does have to be done.
I like the idea of college OT rules in the NFL for playoff games. I really like that idea.
Something akin to it.